What's up, y'all? Welcome back. We got another episode for you. How you doing today? What's going on in your side of town? Well, got another cigar to review. Another windy day, but you know what? That's not going to stop me from smoking my cigar. So let's get into it. This week, this episode, I will be smoking something from CAO, the CAO Arcana Mortal Coil. As you see, this one is wrapped in cellophane. Nice cigar. So, this Mortal Coil country of origin is Nicaragua. The wrapper is a U.S.A. Connecticut Broadleaf. The binder is U.S.A. Connecticut Shade. The filler is Dominican Republic, Andullo and Piloto Cubano. Honduras, Jamastran Valley, and Nicaragua, Estelí. The length is 6 inches and 1/8. The ring gauge is 50. This is a Toro. MSRP is $10.99, or depending on your location. The release date was February 2021. All right, so let's open it up. Nice wrapper there. It's got a dry touch. Not that oily. It's got some veins in there. Has a nice, rich Maduro look to it. There's the cap. Nicely well placed on there. Just a few veins going on here. Looks like the wrapping is very well. The band is very nice. I heard this thing stretches out to close to 6 inches long, just as long as a cigar. Kind of an eye catcher, nice look there, nice feel. Nicely constructed cigar, well put together. Nice brown hue, not that oily, kind of dry to the touch, but well put together. As you can see there, the foot is well packed, it's not loose, it's nicely rolled inside there. So as I smell the wrapper, getting nice, rich, unsweetened cocoa, earth, real rich. It's a nice, thick, earthy cocoa aroma. Very nice. This smells like a tasty cigar so far just from the wrapper. As we looked at the foot, now we're going to take some notes of the foot here. Fresh cut tobacco, maybe a touch of spice, earth, really good. Nice aroma notes there in the foot of this cigar. We're gonna go ahead and use my father triple cutter. You got your punch on top, your V cut in the middle, and your straight cut on the bottom. I think I'm gonna try this one with a V cut today. Nice little V cut there. All right, let's check out some dry puffs. Sweet raisins, earth, strong with raisins, real strong with raisins. Sweet raisins, earth, and some oak, woodsy oak. But the raisins really stand out. Not bad. Let's fire it up. Got my quad torch here. Let's fire it up and see what we got. So the first few puffs, I'm getting that raisin, real rich, earth, maybe a little spice in there. The raisin is real strong, just like I had in the dry puff. The raisin is there. Yeah, so the first few puffs, I'm getting raisins, earth, and some wood. So while we get started here, let's rap a little bit about cigars. Beginners, you're just getting into smoking cigars and you want to know what to smoke. I would say stick light. Stick light, go with a small cigar, get yourself acclimated and started. You don't want to go big and heavy. You don't want to overprice yourself as well. You don't want to take yourself out of the equation with a $10 cigar versus a $50 cigar, because then your expectations for cigars is going to be a little heavier than what it should be. So I would say start light. Start with a nice Connecticut, Shade, or Natural. Even a Candela, even though it's going to be a real floral, earthy, grassy cigar. It's green in color. The hue is green for a Candela. Natural will be a lighter brown, as well as the Connecticut will be a lighter brown. This has a rich, dark chocolate. It's not a Maduro, but it's rich, it's dark, has a great hue, just like a Maduro would. But this is a medium body, and it's real light on the first start, a few puffs. Like I was saying, I would start light. Go with a light cigar, smoke something, maybe a Corona, something small, a petite Corona, and work your way up. Cigarillo possibly. Don't go heavy, don't go hard hitting in the beginning, because you want to get used to the cigar, because it's going to take a minute to get acclimated to the cigar. The nicotine hit, it can be strong, you don't want to overdo it. Just start light. Go with a Connecticut, Connecticut Shade, Natural, maybe a Candela. Candela, you may have to wait and get used to the lighter hot side of things, but just get used to your cigar first, and don't go big. You don't need a big cigar to get into it. Just smoke something that will get you going to start, because a lot of times people don't finish their cigar when they first go. Remember, when you're starting to smoke cigars for the first time, do not inhale. Draw the aroma, draw the smoke into your mouth, allow it to swirl for a minute off of your tongue, then kick it out within a few seconds. It takes time to get used to it. It's tougher than it seems. It's not as tough as it seems in the beginning. At first, it seems tough trying to get a good draw and kick the smoke out, get the flavor. It takes time to get the flavor, trust me. It will take time, but just enjoy the cigar, the smoke, the ambience environment. Like I said, I've been smoking cigars since 1997, long time. Started off with Al Capone's cigarillos. Smoked a few cigarettes here, but that wasn't my thing. When I had Al Capone cigarillo, the little bit of sweetness on it was the key to me, and that's when all my friends were smoking cigarettes. I was smoking a cigarillo, the Al Capone. That was perfect. But then I tried my actual first CAO cigar was in 2001. I was at work in San Francisco, and there was a cigar shop called Sherlock's Haven, which is no longer there, that was next door to my post. And I walked in one day, and the guy said, welcome. And I said, I'm here to check out cigars for the first time. And he asked me if I'd smoked any. I told him no, but I smoked Al Capone's. And he took me to CAO Flavors, Eileen's Dream. Started off with a flavored cigar, then I moved myself up. And I haven't smoked many flavored cigars since probably 2010. It's okay, if you like a flavored cigar and infused cigar, that's your choice. There's nothing wrong with them. Just some folks kind of don't like. Pick what you like and what fits you. Don't worry about what everybody else says. It's about your palate, your smoke, your flavor, what you're looking for. A couple minutes in, the ash is going real nice. It's burning nicely. This one has been in my humidor for a couple of weeks. Nice flaky gray ash. Nice lines there. Like I said, it's a little windy today, but it looks like this one is burning a little nicer than previous ones I've smoked in my backyard. Nice flavor. I got the raisin in there, kind of a rich, sweet raisin. Earth, touch of sweetness, but I think that's coming from the raisin there. It's a rich, earthy raisin sweetness, maybe like the raisin came fresh off the ground, cleaned up and smoked. The smoke is not that heavy. It's nice, light, airy, refreshing sweetness smoke that comes off of the cigar. Really good linger when you take your puffs. It's a nice linger that hangs around. So about 15 minutes in, still got a great flavor coming off of it with the raisins, the sweetness from it, nice real earthy flavor. The ash is holding up there, a couple of little bit of cracks in it there you can see, but it's holding, it's firm, it's white, it's ashy, a little bit of black in there. So this has come from rich, nutrient dense soil. So the smoke is light and crisp. The draw is nice on the cigar. It's drawn really well. Like I said, the smoke is not heavy in the mouth. It's very light. Don't have any issues with the temperature so far. Everything seems to be burning properly. Now let's check the retrohale. The raisin kicks in still has a nice raisin sweetness to it. Maybe a little caramel, real sweetness to caramel. So caramel, raisins, earth, and a little spice. Remember, you can always try to keep your ash on there as long as you can, so it helps the cigar burn properly by protecting the cherry as the cigar burns. You can leave the ash on there as long as you want, or you can ash it when you're ready. I usually ash a little over an inch. That can come down to your call. If you want to smoke this thing as far as you can take the ash, go for it. Now in this cigar, you will eventually have to remove your band a little sooner than expected if you like smoking with your band on your cigar. Unless you just want to take it off before you light up, there's nothing wrong with that. That's your call. But I'll be taking this band off here shortly when I get ready to ash. So far, really liking the cigar. The raisin sweetness complements the rich sweetness of the tobacco. So far, I'm digging the cigar. The sweetness of the raisin is really blending nicely with the cigar. Real sweet flavor, not overpowering, nice medium body tobacco. I like this. This could be CAO's finest cigar in a few years. So finding out the CAO Arcana Mortal Coil doesn't have much explanation from CAO for the name. Cool name. So this cigar is released to 5,000 boxes of 20 cigars. So a total of 100,000 cigars in production for this stick. So if you do see the cigar, I would recommend picking it up and grabbing you a few or maybe a box if that interests you. See what you think. All right. So as we ashed for the first time, still burning even, but it is canoeing a little. So we'll let it set down a little and even catch up. But in the meantime, before I set it down, I'm going to go ahead and take off this band. If I have to tear it a little, there we go. As you can see, the band got torn a little there at the top, but no big deal. As you can see, look how long this band is. It's pretty much as long as the cigar. Pretty big band for a cigar. Forgot to mention earlier, the sponginess is holding up real well. Feels like there might be a little bit of a knot right here as I'm getting close, as I will get close to the last third. But we'll see how that goes, but it's nice and spongy up here in the second third, finishing up that first third. You can see there's a nice large vein running on the backside that was covered by the wrapper, but hopefully we won't have any issues from it as we continue on smoking here. Cigar is decently crafted so far, well nicely made. Just that minor little hiccup right here, but no big deal. So pretty much pushing in through that first third of the cigar, it's burning fairly well. Canoed a little bit, but it looks like it's slowly catching up. Still got that real rich raisin and earth flavor to it. So if you're a fan of raisins mixed with earth, this would be a good choice to start with. It's leaving a nice, rich, creamy sweetness on the palate. If the raisins as you're smoking it, and as you linger and in between puffs, you get a nice, rich, sweet taste on your palate that lingers nicely. Very nice flavor to linger after taking your puffs. So we're close to getting ready to enter the second third here. We're going to go ahead and ash again here in a few minutes. Hopefully the cigar is caught up from the burn. Here we go, second time ashing the cigar. Looks like it's caught up there. A slight touch of canoeing, but looks like it's caught up from the first ash. So now, as we're kicking into the second third, get a little dryness from the cigar. Not much, but there's a little dryness in there. Sweetness is faded a little bit. Still has the mix of the earthiness in there, but now it's kind of like a damp hay. A little hay flavor in there, kind of dampiness to it, and a small amount of black pepper is kicking in. Not overpowering, but you could taste the pepper there. So if you're not a big pepper fan, don't worry, it's not enough to kick you out and have you not want to finish the cigar. But not too bad so far. So far, the draw has been really well on this cigar. Nice smooth flow through the stick, not tough, not overpowering. The nicotine isn't really that big of an issue in this one. I don't really feel any effects from the nicotine so far. Nice, enjoyable cigar so far to this point, other than a little bit of the dryness, which I'm sure it'll probably pass through the second. As you see, the construction of the cigar is holding up really well. Very good. I'm not having any issues from the veins so far there, but the construction is holding up very well. I'm impressed so far with this cigar. This is a nice stick, something that you can throw in your everyday smoke if you like. How many of you took that first puff or two of your cigar and accidentally inhaled and it hurt? It was strong, it burned, and you coughed for a few minutes trying to clear it out. As the nicotine level in a cigar is 3 to 4 times higher than a typical cigarette, but cigars are naturally fermented and not processed. So all natural, baby. Maybe that's why cigars are so much enjoyable. They're natural, they have rich flavors, they change through the thirds. Just an all-around enjoyable hour to hour and a half to 2 hour smoke. This one here, Toro, get a good nice hour and a half to hour and 40 minutes out of this one. Ash is holding up nice and firm, still nice gray, still getting that nice earthy damp hay taste to it so far. The sweetness has disappeared, so now it's earth, damp hay, and black pepper, but not strong. Just a nice little touch, a little sprinkle of black pepper in there. Let's check out that retrohale in the second third here. Creaminess, earth, pepper, coffee. The cigar burns so far. Pushing through that second third. Kind of kicked up a little uneven so far, so we set it down to try to catch up. So if you're beginning, nice easy draws. Bring the smoke into your mouth, let it sit for a few seconds, then push it out. Don't worry about trying to retrohale at first because it's not going to be fun. It's going to be just as bad as inhaling. You're going to cough, it's going to burn your nostrils. So just take it easy, just take a few nice puffs in your mouth, let the smoke swirl around your tongue, kick it out. Get the flavors, try to taste the cigar. You're going to probably taste rich tobacco and the smoke at first until you train your palate to catch the flavors from the cigar. Still a slight uneven burn, but it's not that bad. It's a little bit of wind, try not to smoke it too fast. Really enjoyable cigar. Still a slight touch of dryness there. Sweetness is pretty much gone. The raisin is gone. Now, like I say, real rich in earth and damp hay right now, and the touch of dryness remaining. Starting to get a little chalkiness in there right now. Still earth and dampy hay. Dryness has kind of turned into a little bit of a chalkiness flavor. Not bad, but it's just dry. Maybe have something to drink with you, whether you want to drink or some water. So far, enjoyable. Sweet, raisins, dryness, a little bit of chalkiness now. Started off rich, earthy raisins. Now it's in that fresh tobacco, damp hay, earthiness. Slowly catching back up there. So the burn is slowly catching back up. You're going to ash again here for the third time. So far, really good, really well made cigar. As you see, we're getting a small crack at the burn on the wrapper there. Shouldn't be a problem. We'll keep an eye on that as we go. But like I said, it's well constructed, really good made cigar so far. Holds up nice, great flavors. Since in the beginning of the cigar, there is some sweetness. So I think this would pair well with a nice single malt scotch. Starting to push into the final third. Still have the crack right there. Hasn't split any more than what it already has. Cigar is still really light. Getting a nice start to the last third here. Toasted nuts, cashews, almonds, peanuts. Not much salt. Nice all around flavor. The dampness has disappeared. The dampness, hey, that's gone away. Still a touch of dryness, but a nice drink of choice should help with that. So in the end, take your time smoking the cigar. Enjoy it. Take a few puffs every couple of minutes. Don't overdo it. Relax, enjoy the flavor. Let it roll in your mouth, off your tongue, push out. Wait a while to learn the retrohale. Learn to smoke a cigar first and taste the flavor. What are you getting? Cigars are meant to be enjoyed. Take your time, relax. Crack there hasn't caused any extra problems. Spreading a little bit but not too bad. Still enjoyable, still nicely well constructed cigar, holding well. Even as I'm recording, the NFL Week 3 hasn't kicked off yet. By the time you see the video on Tuesday, how'd your team do? Did you get that W? Did you win big? Did you get booted out of the building? Should be some exciting games that we watched. Hope your team wins. As we already have the first game of the week last Thursday between the Giants and the 49ers. 49ers won 30-12. Brock Purdy, 2 touchdowns off of 310 yards passing, 25 for 37. McCaffrey, 18 rushes for 85 yards and 1 touchdown. I tell you, that guy has picked that team's game up since they picked him up from Carolina. Deebo Samuel, 6 catches for 129 yards and a touchdown. And George Kittle, 7 receptions for 90 yards. So 49ers keep steamrolling through, getting their W's. We'll see how long they hold up for the season. And on the Giants side, Daniel Jones went 22 for 32, 137 yards, and a touchdown, and an interception. But it's only the start of week 3, so teams usually start rolling 4th, 5th week of the season. So the meat of the season is getting ready to start hitting. So pushing through the last third of the cigar here, we're still getting the mixed nuts. The dryness is still there. Cigar is starting to unravel a little bit there due to the V-cut, but should be okay. Still a great cigar so far. The hold is well. A little rough vein right there. The burn caught itself up. Still a nice white flaky ash. Firm. Holds well. We're going to ash shortly here for the final time. I will not use the dagger or tongs on this cigar. I'm just going to smoke through it as far as I can. Other than the V-cut starting to unravel a little bit from me. Still a really enjoyable cigar. As I'm pushing through the last third here, the cigar is slowly starting to unravel on me, so now the construction is getting a little bit off. I'm going to go ahead and ash for the final time before we wrap the cigar up and give it the final overall review. Still burning fairly even. Just starting to unravel a little bit for me there on the end, in the final third. So overall, really good smoke. I'll give this one about an 86. Nice raisin sweetness with some earth, fresh tobacco. Then as I pushed into the second third, got some damp hay, earth, and a little dryness. Into the last third, mixed nuts unsalted, still dryness with some earth. So overall, 86 for the cigar. It started off well constructed, but as I hit the last third, it started to fall apart. The nicotine was not bad in this. It was nice and smooth. I didn't get any heavy points of nicotine. The strength was a well constructed medium, very light, crisp smoke, not overpowering. The retrohales were good. We had some raisin and earth and spice with sweetness in the first half. In the second, we had some cream, earth, pepper, and coffee. And in the final third, we got a little pepper and we got some earth in the final third retrohale. The feel was good. It was a little dry, not much oiliness. The flavors meshed well. Really good flavors throughout the cigar, not overpowering. So this is good for a seasoned smoker as well as a beginner. This can be an overall very good everyday cigar smoke for the price as well, around $13 in your area. The band is a nice band, but it's fairly large. It's as large as a cigar, about 6 inches. Very nice, eye-catching. Not bad. CAO did a good job on this cigar. Really good everyday cigar to smoke. Reasonable price. Check it out. So I would recommend picking one of these up and checking it out and see for yourself. Once again, I thank you for joining me on this episode. Enjoy your cigar. Enjoy the football. Happy smoke, player. Peace.